Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Courtney, and I'm back. I know I am super late on this week 4 update video, but I was under the weather last week, just now getting to the point where I kind of sort of a little bit have my voice back. So I figured I would struggle through this video so I could just give you guys an update on how my last week of Whole30 went and give you my progress report. So without further ado, let's get it started. Okay, so yeah, I finished Whole30. I did awesome, didn't cheat. I felt great. Yeah, my experience overall was just super positive. It was awesome. Like I said in the beginning, if you watched my earlier videos from week 1 and 2, I had some struggles in the beginning just as far as my eating to where I'm not hungry or where I'm not feeling like lightheaded. I had to make sure, I did adjust some stuff to make sure that I was eating enough in the beginning. But once I kind of got my calories figured out to where they would work better with my activity level and everything, so I wasn't, hungry or like getting lightheaded or whatever, I felt great. I did have some cravings increase towards the end, and I think it was more just like the anticipation of getting to like cheat, I guess. So like towards like the last week, I was like looking at stuff and I'm like, oh my god, I just want to eat that, like grains, oh my god, corn, like like, and just like random stuff like that, like it, not even like horrible stuff. I wasn't looking at like Oreos drooling, but like just like things I hadn't had, like bread and like rice and stuff like that. I just started really craving towards the end. Didn't eat it, but I did want to. And I mean, that was like mainly the extent of my cravings throughout this experience. I didn't have a ton of strong cravings, which was really nice and I think really helpful with this whole process. But yeah, so for my update, I had some really awesome, impressive progress. Like, I impressed myself. So for my progress report, basically, I was so anxious to weigh myself and just like take my measurements and just see where I was from where I started, and I was not disappointed. I was very happy and excited with my results. So on the first, I stepped on my scale. I have a Fit Index scale. You can get it on Amazon for like 25 bucks or something. It's a really awesome scale. It's one of those scales that gives you all little measurements. It measures like your BMI, your body fat percentage, your muscle, your water weight, all that good stuff. So basically I weigh myself on that, and I did that also on the first of the month as well. And it's cool because it allows you to compare. So I was able to compare from my first weigh-in at the beginning of the month to the last one. So for my weight, I lost a total from January 1st to February 1st. I lost a total of 13.4 pounds. I lost 1.8% body fat. My BMI dropped 2.3 points. I lost 4 inches off my waist. I lost 1 inch off my chubby arms, and I lost 2 inches off my hips. So I was very like surprised that I lost, that I made that much progress just in a month, because a lot of times it's tough for me to make progress like that because I don't stick to anything. So the fact that I stuck to this in a month and I made that kind of progress was amazing, and I was super happy and proud of myself. And I could see it. Like, that was the nice part about this. Like, I was able to see my results, and I think that's why I was even more anxious, was because I could see my results from the beginning. I could see myself, my body changing. I could see myself slimming down, and you'll see in the before and after shots, my like back fat like totally disappeared. My belly got slimmer. I got like my little ab lines kind of came in a little bit. So yeah, like you can see a visible difference, and I could see that throughout gradually. And so I was really excited to weigh myself and stuff, not even because I was obsessed with the number, but because I wanted to see how what I was seeing in the mirror would reflect on the scale. And boy, I was surprised. So, but yeah, pleasantly surprised. And it was only more motivation to keep going with this thing because I've been doing great on it and I've felt really good with it. And so I decided to kind of to stay with it. So then February 1st was actually my cheat day. So, and that was a fabulous day. I love Perkins French toast. So I went to Perkins, and me and my best friend, we had French toast and like breakfast potatoes, and it was amazing. And so part of the reason that I kind of wanted to wait, besides the fact that I got sick and like didn't feel like doing anything last week, to give myself the opportunity to like bring old things back into my diet that I hadn't had all month, and just see if those things affected me in any way. And so I wanted to do that. That way I kind of had something to like report on with this whole thing. And I learned some stuff, which is really awesome. So first things first, and as you can see, I'm not wearing a whole lot of makeup. You can see I'm exhausted because I did get a cold, and I've been up the last like 2 or 3 nights having cough attacks, so I haven't been sleeping soundly. So I look exhausted, and then also I'm wearing minimal makeup because I want you guys to see how horribly broken out my face is, which also kind of goes hand in hand with this whole update. We'll get into that a little later, but like, yeah, things are happening since I have kind of reverted back to my old diet. I've kind of just been adding things back gradually. I started with grains, not a whole lot, just a little bit. The first grain item that I had, they were like these little like energy balls that are made with like sun butter instead of like peanut butter, but it's like peanut butter if you've never had it, made from sunflower seeds. So it was like sun butter and like oats rolled up with honey and stuff like that. They're really good, but I noticed after I ate them, I was bloated. Like I felt like my stomach expanded. And I figured, I was like, okay, whatever, I'm gassy today, like no big deal. But I noticed I've had grains a few times in between since then, and I have noticed that I bloat, like, and I never would have thought that grains had anything to do with that. And maybe I'm wrong, but that's just something that I've noticed, because I didn't really have an issue with bloating the whole time that I was doing Whole30, where I was strictly no grains or beans. Like the only time that I saw myself bloating was like right before my period started and like during my period. Otherwise, I didn't have any bloat last month, which is not like me. Usually I'm gassy and I'm bloated all the time, and I never knew why. But adding grains and beans back periodically, even if I eat enough of it within the hour or two, I'm bloated and I'm gassy like the rest of the night. And I could like visibly see it like in my stomach. Like even today, I can totally see it in my stomach because I did have like some bread earlier and like whatever. So yeah, that's a discovery that I learned. Grains and beans for me equal bloat. There's not a lot of other things that I've added back yet. I've been trying to do it gradually so I can get those things out of my system, just enough to like add different things back in and see how those things individually affect my body when I add them back. So this week I've been kind of just focusing on grains and beans. I only did beans a couple days because those like really made me gassy. So I was like, no, I'm good. And I feel like beans make everybody gassy, but I never would have made the connection that grains do anything like that for me. So I was kind of shocked by that, but that was something good. And it also was a good motivator for me because I was super excited to have, you know, that stuff back in my diet, at least a little bit. But I'm like, I don't know if it's a gluten sensitivity or whatever. Like, it's not an allergy. Like, I don't get sick when I eat them, but like I get very, very gassy and bloated. And like my stomach expands, and I'm like, I don't like that. So that's grains and beans. I will add back, but in very, very, very like moderate amounts. Like, I'll probably keep grains and beans strictly for, you know, the days I choose to indulge. I don't like to call them cheat days because that makes it sound negative. I feel like cheat days or cheat meals are necessary, like to maintain your sanity and to like give yourself something to kind of like work towards. If you're somebody who needs that kind of motivation, like, dude, do it. And calling it a cheat day, I feel like sounds a little negative. So my indulgence days or my indulgence meals will probably be the only times that I really have a whole lot of grains or beans, because they don't make me feel sick, but they just make me feel full and just kind of gross. And so basically I have added back some, you know, a little bit of junk food here and there, just like snacks. Like I've had some chocolate, I've had like caramel corn, like stuff like that. And I don't know if there is any connection, but again, this is one of those things where it's like all last month I didn't have it and now I do. Breakouts. Like, guys, look at my face. I'm broken out. It's disgusting. Like, I hate it. And I was so happy last month because usually I break out right before my period, and I didn't even break out then. Like, my face didn't break out last month at all. And then as soon as I brought back like sweets, like in moderation, mind you, like, and I've only been really cheating during the weekends, like the last 2 weekends. And then during the week, I've been relatively, for the most part, sticking to what I was doing on Whole30. But I really think that adding back sugar is what's breaking me out. So I'm not happy about that because I enjoy junk food a lot. Junk food is everything. I love Oreos, I love caramel corn, I love candy, I love anything with chocolate. I love freaking chips. I'm obsessed with chips. Like, it makes me sad that I can't really have these things without my body attacking itself. But at the same time, it's just more motivation to stay disciplined because I don't want to look this way or feel this way. And I know now that as long as I keep those things out of my diet, I should be okay and I shouldn't have these problems. Also, you can't really tell in my voice completely because I've been giving my voice a rest, and I've, for the most part, healed up. But I have been, like last week, I got kind of sick. I think it was just my sinuses, like my allergies, whatever. The weather's been kind of hot and cold. Well, I'm in Minnesota, so the weather's been like cold and then like colder, but like it's been fluctuating basically. And so I feel like when that happens, I'm a lot more susceptible to allergies and stuff when that happens, just like anyone. But I haven't had anything related to my allergies in months and months. I honestly can't even remember the last time. Last time I felt any sickness coming on was the day after Black Friday. I felt like I was coming down with a cold or whatever. And that was when I started taking elderberry pretty regularly. Like I would take 1 or 2 a day. Got like the lozenges or whatever, so they look like cough drops. And so I was just taking those like every day, 1 a day, just as a supplement. And I hadn't been sick since. Now, between then and the start of WHOLE30, I did it pretty much every day. I stopped right before WHOLE30 because I believe the lozenges have added sugar. I didn't have the sugar-free ones. If they have sugar-free ones, I didn't have them. So I was like, well, I've been so healthy this winter. I haven't gotten sick once. And when I did, it like barely hit me and then went away because I, was taking my supplements. And so I was like, I'll be fine. So I didn't do them all month. I took that out, and I also took out honey, which is something I do very often as well. Local honey I do just for the sake of keeping my allergies in check. I cut that out as well because honey is something that we can't have on the program. Again, I don't know if there's any connection, but a full month without these 2 things that seem to keep my allergies at bay. I went without both of these things for an entire month, and then I got sick. And I hadn't even thought, like, I probably should have hopped right back into it as soon as the month ended, but I didn't until I felt sickness coming on, and I'm like, bro, I know that there is technically no, like, proof that these things are, like, go hand in hand. There's no technical proof that taking elderberry is gonna cure whatever, or drinking local honey. I mean, I'm sure there's some sort of studies on it or whatever, but I'm not a freaking doctor. All I know is it's not a sure thing, but when I was doing it regularly, I never got sick. I cut it out for a month, and then I'm like dying. So last week I was out, like I legit just got my voice back, like as of maybe Monday. But all last week I was just like, I was tired. I was on sinus meds because that was the only thing that felt like it was helping. And so I was like, well, maybe it's just my allergies or whatever. But even if it is just allergies and not actual sickness, that's still crazy to me because my allergies are always under control as long as I have my local honey, which I couldn't. I had this like beautiful, amazing jar of local honey staring at me all month. I just wanted to like drink it all month, and I didn't touch it because of WHOLE30. But now I'm like, oh, darn it. Like I kind of wish I had, because like that, I swear to God, that is what keeps me healthy. And same with the elderberry. Like elderberry, I mean, a lot of people swear by that. A lot of people know that elderberry is a natural remedy for things like flu. It's a great source of zinc. Zinc is a natural cold shortener. For anybody who didn't know that, fun fact. And I take zinc every day. Like I take a zinc pill. But the elderberry has like legit changed my life. And so I should have known better. I should have just kept taking it, but it's fine, whatever. This whole thing was very experimental, and that was the point. So I'm not gonna say I'm glad I got sick, but me getting sick definitely showed me, like definitely solidified in my mind that like, okay, these things do help me. These are things that I do need, and these are things that do have a positive effect on my health when I do take these things. So, on the same page as the whole grains and beans things, those are things I'm gonna cut out or cut way back just because they have a negative effect on me. But I'm for sure gonna add things back, like my regularly taking my local honey and stuff like that. Yes, it is a sweetener, but it's a natural sweetener, and it's a sweetener that legitimately helps me stay healthy. And so that's one of the things I will be adding back regularly to my diet. So going forward, like I said, I'm going to keep, for the most part, I'm going to keep my whole program the same because I have really enjoyed this. I'm never really hungry. The foods that I've been eating, I'm very satisfied with. I enjoy them. I can eat the same few meals. Like, again, I'm a creature of habit and I enjoy certain things, and when I like something, it takes a long time for me to get sick of it, if I'm being honest. Some of these meals, some people might find boring, but again, if you season your food. So yeah, for the most part, I'm keeping things the same. Potatoes and fruits are my main source of carbs right now, and that's been working really well for me. Doesn't bloat me, doesn't make me feel bad. And the fruits, while also being a good source of carbs to replace the grains, helps me get over my sweets cravings that I have oh so often. So I'm pretty much gonna stick to that. I'm gonna stick to the fruits, veggies, meats, and I'm gonna kind of stay away from the grains and stuff. I do plan on the weekends lately, I've just been kind of like letting it go, not doing too bad. I don't like to take all weekend and just like shove every junk food down my throat, because I feel like even though it's 2 days out of 7, that's 2 days that you're really setting yourself back. And I don't like to do that. I'm that person that, like, as soon as I have, a taste of something, like if I eat an Oreo, I can't just eat one Oreo. I'm getting to a point where, like, now I'm better with that. Like, I can eat half of the chocolate bar and put that away and save the other half for like tomorrow or even for next weekend. So I'm trying to do that. I'm not looking at the weekends as my cheat days. I will allow myself a cheat meal on one day of the weekend or whatever. Or if I want a candy bar or whatever, just something sweet, I'll let myself have it. If I want to have a drink or two, I'll let myself have it. I'll be smart about those things, but I will allow myself to kind of waver on the weekends. But overall, I plan to stick with this during the weeks, at least till I hit more goals. Like, I'm really seeing a difference. I'm seeing way more definition in my arms and in my, my abs, my legs. Like, I'm seeing more definition everywhere. And what's awesome about that is really the main thing that I changed last month. The only thing that I really changed was my eating. I do work out regularly, and if you do try this, I would for sure encourage working out regularly, but you will more than likely see results either way. Whether you are completely sedentary or not, if you follow this plan, you will see results. And so that's what I love. Like, I have been working really hard on my, on my lifting and stuff like that for the last probably year or so now. And like, I could see the results, but like, they weren't exactly where I wanted them to be because of the fact that, like, I had this layer of fat all over me that, like, so it's really nice because I've been this month I kind of went down to mostly cardio and just maintaining. That's really the only main difference. I did the same amount of cardio, but rather than doing so much lifting, I kind of just went down to maintaining and not lifting as much, but lifting enough to just keep my muscle going. And then when I started to lose weight, it was awesome because I can see that I was losing fat because now my muscles are shining through, and that's exactly what I wanted. So yeah, 13 pounds down, and I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going with this program. At one point I did mention that I was gonna send you, like, post videos on here of like some things that I've been cooking and stuff, and I totally never did that. But I will most likely do that pretty soon here because I do want to keep going with this, and I am gonna be continuing to try different recipes that are safe for programs like WHOLE30 or Paleo, which is very close to WHOLE30 as far as the things that they can have. But yeah, so I'll keep doing that because, like, this is obviously the last update video for WHOLE30, and I am gonna be looking for some fun new content ideas. I'm also planning my sister's baby shower. Happy 1 month to my baby boy, my nephew. He just turned 1 month yesterday. He's perfect and adorable and tiny, and I just love him. But yeah, so he just got out of the hospital actually, just shy of his 1 month birthday. So he is at home getting big and strong, and we have a baby shower coming up at the end of March, and so that is what I'm going to be working on, planning that. Hopefully planning on trying some fun new DIY things, some good ideas, and hopefully I can post on some of those things and share some of those things with you guys on here as well for anybody who might be interested. And also I have kind of a spontaneous last minute trip coming up to Florida to visit my love. So that's actually going to be, I'm heading out there on February 29th. So about 2.5 weeks, my love and I will be together. He has a new place. We're probably going to be doing some painting, some decorating. We'll come up with some fun stuff to do for you guys so we can post a first video together while I'm out there. So that's pretty much it thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for following along on this journey. Anybody who has any questions or comments, or like who wants to share like their experience on Whole30, like I always say, comment down below, let me know. I'm super interested in hearing other people's takes on this whole thing. I will have more content coming for you guys really soon. I have a lot of different things going on coming up pretty soon here. There's gonna be a little bit of everything on this channel, like I said. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell so that you know when I post, so that you never miss a video. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.